Rosie Wright Design, Build, Remodel is a remodeling company that handles all size jobs. There isn't anything we can't do or get done. We'll finish every job on time, on budget, with incomparable workmanship, incomparable experience that you just couldn't have anywhere else. My name's Rosamond Romero. I've been known my whole life as Rosie. We moved from South Louisiana with my parents and 7 brothers and sisters to Phoenix, Arizona in 1966, when it was a small village of just 500,000 people. I got into the construction field very early. And from the time I got a driver's license in 1972, I had a tool belt in the back seat and started learning construction hands-on. I was always a pretty good tradesperson. I could always finish concrete, frame up walls, hang sheetrock, paint. As much as I hated it, I could do it. A lot of trim carpentry, cabinets, doors, millwork. And that just led one day to an opportunity to quit working for somebody else and start my own company. And I did that about 1988. As the little remodeling company that my wife and I founded, basically in the garage of our home, continued to grow. And it was growing at a pretty good clip. But it was still subject to the ebbs and the lows of construction. So I came up with an idea after being challenged by a contractor in Atlanta, Georgia. He said, why don't you see if there's a radio station in town that'll put you on Saturday mornings to answer homeowner questions about their home? And he dared me. He double dog dared me. So that was all it took for me to start knocking on radio stations' doors. And in 1988, I got on. We've been blessed to be the #1 radio talk show in Arizona for 37 years. Once I got on and earned a reputation of having the right answer for homeowners' questions and dilemmas, then the company we had at the time literally exploded. And we rode a very big wave of success for a long time. We started a company in 1988. And my wife and I sold that to the employees in 2002. At that point, it was 100 employees. It was a pretty good size operation. And I went into the radio broadcasting and the construction consulting full time. After about 10 years of being out of the industry, I decided we're gonna get back in. I came this close with the first company to having a perfect remodeling company. We were voted the best remodeling company in America in 2000. And I thought, okay, if I'm gonna open another company, we're striving for perfect. You know, the name Rosie Wright actually came from the team. And the concept behind that is to put 50 years of my home remodeling experience to work. A big part of that experience was consulting with top of class remodelers all across the country, finding out their best practices in every dimension of running a company, from first contact to final warranty walkthrough and everything in between. And we kind of put all that together and said, you know, this is going to be the start of our pursuit of remodeling perfection. We're using the best minds, the best successful companies in the country, and putting it all together in one place. You know, what we hear from our customers is they come into the adventure with some apprehension. There's a lot of unknowns, and homeowners have no clue in just a kitchen remodel how many different decisions they're going to have to make, and they can get overwhelmed pretty easily. What we do is foresee a lot of that and assure them we've been through this. We're gonna narrow this down from 400 tile selections to 8. We're gonna narrow this down from 300 different cabinet makers to 2. And based on what you're looking for, this is the direction. If you'll just follow us and let us walk beside you, we'll get you to the start point and we'll get you to the finish point with the fewest amount of surprises, the fewest evenings of anxiety or apprehension, and no unanswered questions. Rosie Wright Design, Build, Remodel is the firm that gets you closer to remodeling perfection than any other company on the planet. And I think our client surveys our testimony to that. If you take a hard look at what people say about us, it was the best remodeling experience they've ever had. The company in its inception all goes back to a word of encouragement my dad would recite often as we were growing up around the house. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation. It takes 1 minute to lose it. Don't ever forget that. So our pursuit is always for doing the next right thing.